AskReddit. What keeps you up at night? Knowing the sooner I fall asleep, the sooner I wake up and go to work in the morning. Ugh, I feel this every night. Used to get me all the time, and now I just tell myself that I can function fine on as little as 1 to 3 hours sleep, as I'll get my second wind and make up the sleep the following night. That little sleep isn't good for you in the long run, plus some people can't manage on less than 8 hours daily, like me. This quote is a bit overly simplistic to me, but it still applies. If you are depressed, you are living in the past. If you are anxious, you are living in the future. If you are at peace, you are living in the present. Laotzu. All that I really have are my past memories and the shadow of who I once was. I'm a loser now and have no future as an adult, so I can only look backwards when I'm alone at night on a Saturday after midnight in my dark room, debating whether or not I should drink before I jerk off. I have serious doubts about my future, since I'm now near certain that I won't have one, and that I'm probably going to commit suicide, or I will lead a very sad and horrible life as an adult. I know that there is nothing that I can do to lead a happy life, and even a decent life of some comfort looks like a tough thing for me to pull off, given who I am and what I've become. For me, the regrets about the past aren't so much about how I screwed up and did something wrong, but rather how I just have bad luck in life and things didn't work out for me when I was a teenager, and then throughout college. I lost nearly everything that made me happy due to ugliness once puberty kicked in, and to my health problems that developed when I was about 13 or 14 years old. There used to be a time when I could run like the wind, excel at sports, play music beautifully, and had good friends who were all of the popular kids in high school, and then in college. They left me behind while they went on to live great lives throughout their teen and college years, and now they're leaving me behind as we all become adults. The only thing I have are my memories of how life was for me when we were all just kids and were best friends before puberty and my health issues kicked in, and I lost them for good. I stay up past 2 AM every night staring at my computer screen while doing nothing but think about how I don't want to go to sleep. I know that if I go to sleep each night after the sad and hopeless day that I have over and over, then I will have lost another day of my life in the prime years of life. For me, my prime was when I was a kid and had my childhood. Now, I'm kept awake at night by the pain and sadness that comes from not being able to or wanting to leave my past behind, while also having to face down my sad present and even sadder future as a failed adult who has no hope in life. I have no decent or happy place in the present or future, and the past is gone outside of my mind and memory. At least once a month I binge on social media stalking of my former friends, since I never see or hear from them anymore. I feel more numb than upset when I see that one of them is engaged, or that one of them has a new job, and that they are out celebrating with the guys that I used to be friends with, and with girls that never looked at me for a second during college, where I was a ghost on campus. It hurts because I know deep down that on the inside I'm as interesting, cool, and capable as they are, yet my health issues and terrible ugliness make it so hard for me to be a socially accepted adult who could someday have a significant other, kids, a family, and or a job that keeps me afloat in life. When I get done thinking about that, and how I'll never have a nice place in the world, I might even stumble upon a scanned photograph of me and my friends and former classmates from elementary school that one of my former friends uploaded to Facebook or Instagram. Whenever I've seen those photos, I always choke up and shed tears, like I'm doing a bit now as I write this. I can't help it. I was always a tough guy on the playing fields and even in an academic environment, and was able to overcome challenges, but the ones that I have to face now are insurmountable, and they've broken my spirit, and I have no hope. When I see how happy we all used to be as kids, and I can remember how I had a place and how I was okay, I always choke back my tears when I'm alone by myself, sometimes drunk after midnight on another weekend alone. Those photos bring back the only happy memories that I have, and I choke back even more tears when I realize that I lose more and more memories of my childhood with each year as I age. When I get to a certain age, I don't even know what memories I'll have left anymore. If I lose them, it feels like I've never had much of anything at all in my life, and it makes me so sad since I know that I won't have anything new when I wake up tomorrow. What keeps me awake at night is knowing that once I go to sleep, I have lost another day as a young man that I will never get back, and that tomorrow I will lose one more. There is never a hilltop or a mountain peak that I reach in life. There is just another day of wandering the barren and decayed-old landscape that once was my life with no sign of a happy future in sight. It hurts my heart to understand now that with each passing day I become more and more a have-not in life, and that I will more than likely die such a person, having left behind the happiest days of my life by the time that I was an upperclassman in high school. Hey man, I'm sorry for all your pain. I don't know what to say to you, but I'm willing to talk if you need it. Something that often works for me is to focus on the little things. Just one small thing every day. I made my bed for once. I cleared up one of my email inboxes, or even just read that single email I've been putting off. Took out the garbage. Went outside and got some fresh air. And with that last one, some days it feels so good to just stand in the rain, getting soaked and not even caring about the cold, wetness, or whoever may be looking at me. Laying down on the grass and letting the water stream down my face, onto my clothes, the ground soaking my back, and I felt at peace, as if the world disappeared for a second. As if it was just me and the rain in that moment. My point is, look for the small things. And don't beat yourself up for little things. Either a fuck it attitude can honestly work wonders. You don't need to improve immediately. You don't need to wake up every day feeling exuberant. Just take what comes and know that you're taking the steps. Small steps. Baby steps. But you're getting somewhere eventually. That mountain may seem daunting, but all you need to do is take the next step. When I'm biking up a hill, I think in small increments. I'll make it to that stop sign. Then I'll get to the tree. Then the mailbox. And so on. And sometimes I stop. I look at the top of the hill. Sad that I didn't make it up. But you know what? The middle of the hill is still higher than the bottom. Even if I have to walk up to the top. Even if I failed my goal, I did something. If this is real, I would say you certainly have a potential in being a writer. You say you stay up late at night. I do the same. And it's the best time for my writing. Everyone is asleep. No distractions. Take an hour or so each night to write some stories or ideas down. Do some push-ups in between. I believe in you. Hey, you're going through a really rough time, but like you said, you are interesting, cool and capable. You have to stick with that and continue fighting through the bad feelings. There are people who are available to help and many lives you can still live. It's never too late. Your happiest days are still to come, and when you find peace with the past, those days feel so much happier than you can imagine. I began reading this, and I couldn't stop myself from tearing up, and a full-on cry episode afterwards, because I relate to you. I feel like you every single night. I go to bed at 3 AM every night crying myself to sleep, because I'm such a disappointment to my family and to myself. I was considering the girl who would go to university and become a businesswoman because of my excellent grades, outstanding academic achievements, charisma, and passion to help others. My parents saw me as someone married at 25 with kids, a husband, and living in Hollywood or some rich place in LA. Even my teachers vouched that I would graduate top honors. And with my music, my friends swore they'd see me shine becoming a famous musician, or in a band or Broadway. I had the most incredible childhood and teen years. But now, almost 30, I'm nothing. I'm a worthless piece of trash taking up oxygen and space. I still live with my parents because I'm terrified of living alone. I dropped out of college and didn't pursue my career. I was offered to work in music singing, but I refused. I keep having opportunities thrown at me and I refuse them all. I see all my friends have drifted away from me, married, living in other states, traveling, working in the job of their dreams. And I'm just here, stuck, useless. Ever since I was raped, I was just never able to recover. It's been years, and I still have nightmares about it. I hate myself, and I hate myself. I was raped again this year, and I'm just so numb at this point. All I want is to just die. My only 2 sexual experiences have been without my consent, so to me, marrying someone is something I know I'll never be able to do. I don't consider myself ugly, but I know I'm not your typical Instagram model, and I've come to terms with knowing I'll never be loved, or cherished, or accepted, because no one would ever want someone who doesn't know who they even are. I work doing deliveries, because I don't have to deal with a boss, or people that much. I've become so shy I don't even recognize myself. And working out seems like such a burden, when I don't want to be alive. I'm just waiting to die. Wasting each breath to a meaningless end. I'm tired of having to smile to my family, or doing anything. If I don't work, I'm inside my room all day, avoiding social interactions at all costs. I'm pathetic. That 4.0 GPA is nothing but garbage. Grades mean nothing. Being smart means nothing. Just being good at something means nothing when you amount to absolutely nothing. There isn't a day that passes by where I don't contemplate suicide, because nothing brings me joy anymore. Nothing at all. I see boys and I look away, because I feel like trash. I don't even want them to see me. It just sucks. I know how you feel. Cake. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe for more videos.